Just realized you guys have not been listening to me the whole night. Sorry. Welcome back. Happy Monday. In true Monday fashion, sometimes you need a reboot, and that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to get my graphics back to start, and I'm going to wish you all a happy Monday again. See, a couple of people are streaming us on YouTube. A lot of you are watching us at home on Atlanta News First Plus, which is great. Welcome in. It's been a busy week and it's been a gloomy day. Temperatures were cooler today. We spent the bulk of the day in the 50s, much as forecast. We had lots of clouds. We had gusty winds. Thankfully, things are starting to trend into a more positive direction. We've seen those clouds start to dissipate. We're at 55 degrees here in Atlanta right now with the wind that's at about 9 miles per hour. That's a big time drop off from where we were earlier today. We saw winds gusting 20 to 30. So now that those winds are down to about 10 or so, that's signaling at least movement in the right direction. But the clouds are going to break as we head through the overnight, and with a breezy northwest wind, cold air is moving in. So that means that we're going to start off very cool to start off your Tuesday morning. Numbers near 40 degrees in Wedowee, 41 in Franklin and Noonan, 40 in Griffin and Zebulon. We'll be closer to 45 here in Atlanta, and as we head towards the east, 40 degrees looks to be the hallmark number from Gainesville into Watkinsville and Monroe. And then once you go to the North Georgia mountains, we're going to start off even colder. The 30s for sure going to be likely, mid to upper 30s for some folks for the start of the day. So the heaters are going to be something that we're using overnight, and we're also going to be using those heaters as you head out of the door tomorrow morning. But a nice dry stretch of weather where we're going to see more sunshine in the next couple of days versus the last two. But a first alert for rain for your Friday. Scattered rain as the system's going to push into the region. Right now, it looks like that energy level's pretty low. There's not a whole lot of, we call it CAPE, but it's convective available potential energy. It's what thunderstorms need to take off. There's not a whole lot of that, so that's good news. Maybe a stray rumble or two, but otherwise, this is going to be primarily just a rain event. And that's still days away. So let's soak up the fact that we're going to see some sunshine build into the region through the day tomorrow. Starting off the morning a little chilly, but we'll get into the upper 50s at around noon, and then getting into the mid 60s for the second half of the afternoon. So feeling pretty good between roughly 3 and 7 o'clock before those numbers start to cool back down heading into the overnight. And I do expect Wednesday morning, especially for some of the mountain communities, to be slightly colder because we're going to be looking at less wind. And whenever you have cold temperatures and you have light winds, that brings that potential for there to be some frost. So I know that there's a lot of plants that maybe you are leaving out on the patio, out on the deck, out in front of the house. Maybe not the best night to do that as temperatures, not only tonight, but specifically Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, really going to dip into some chilly territory. As we head into the afternoon, more sunshine will influence our region. We'll see winds become more southerly, and that's going to help us get into the upper 60s around lunchtime. And I do expect most locations to knock on 70's door roughly 4 to 5 o'clock before cooling back down through the overnight. Not quite as chilly, courtesy of that south wind, but still needing sweaters and light jackets for any of your evening plans Wednesday night. And we're looking at some dry time heading into Wednesday night, Thursday. We'll watch the clouds build in. I do have about a 20% chance of a stray shower around Thursday. Not expecting that to be much of a production. There's just a little bit of moisture that's going to come out ahead of this system. Better chance for rain will arrive Friday. And right now, guidance has been hinting at the best rain chances Friday being, I would say, mid to late morning into early afternoon, and then trending slightly drier as we head into the second half of the day Friday. So for all of you that are trying to make plans for the weekend, the great news is we've been on top of this for a week now. It looked like Friday and Saturday could be wet, but guidance has trended with a drier resolution for Saturday, which is great for everybody that's looking to get out and about. Highs are going to top out in the upper 60s across most of the region. I do expect some areas to pop and hit that 70 degrees, but that's going to be a hallmark of the weekend, seeing a similar setup for Sunday. A few more clouds across the southern part of the state. Folks that are south of Atlanta could even pick up on a few more clouds Sunday afternoon, but all in all, a gorgeous weekend forecast. So we're trending better the next couple of days, getting into the mid to upper 60s as we head towards Tuesday, and then hitting 70 Wednesday and Thursday. We'll bring more clouds into the equation on Thursday, and then we're looking at that first alert for rain on Friday. And then gorgeous as we head towards the weekend. So I think there's lots for us to be happy about here in the forecast. So go ahead and prepare to make those plans for the weekend. It's going to be pretty sweet. If you are planning on heading to the Lesser Antilles, we are watching this tropical wave out in the middle of the Atlantic Basin. It's been having a little bit of a tough time getting its act together, but it is still in a very conducive environment for some development. So there's about a 40% chance that we could be dealing with a tropical depression by Wednesday, and an 80% chance that we could be dealing with one by the weekend, as this is going to be moving basically to the west-northwest over the course of the next week. So something for us to keep an eye on, not directly impacting our forecast at home, but at the same time, if y'all are like me, whenever you can get a break, you can get out of here, visit somewhere else, get some good food, and just take that vacation and utilize that. So green light for all of those things. Just want to keep an eye on the forecast if you're going to the islands. Meanwhile, I'll leave you with the 7-day forecast so that you all can make your plans. I'm a big proponent of, we're here for a good time, not a long time. So I've given you what you need to know. We're going to have some fresh information, not only on the tropics tonight at 10, but also an outlook on that timing of that rain on Friday. I'll actually have a zoomed in view so that you can see what we're tracking, and you can catch that on Peachtree TV at 10 and Atlanta News First at 11. Happy Monday.